Donald Trump brought some influencers onto his plane to record him as they flew. And there were a lot of things I found notable about this. One is how he treated his employee in a brief moment that I'll show you, but also how desperate he is to sort of impress them. And these are sort of your bro influencers. And there's this community that I've been showing to you all of bro, guys, influencers who are part of the same little part of the internet who are all shifting in Trump's direction, unfortunately, which leads a lot of young boys or young men to think that they support Trump when they know so little about any of the actual issues. They just have found him on a podcast they like, and no one ever really asks him real questions about policy. So it's just, I don't know. He's the tough guy candidate. Yeah, I'm not going to vote for a woman. As Jesse Waters said, when you vote for a woman, you become a woman. I'm not saying that's the reason for all of them, but there's this vibe they've created around Trump that ignores all of the policies that even, yes, your young boy fitness guru watcher type of guy would be benefited more by the Harris policies, right? Even if you do drink your protein shakes on the reg. Didn't know that was going to come out. Harris is still your person. I'm regretting that wording. Haven't shortened regular to reg since I was a kid. Okay, so here is Donald Trump on this plane, and let's watch and discuss.
So I've got 32 days with zero break, and we have another 23 days left, and I'm going to go with zero break. In theory, you should collapse, but I view it differently. I would feel very guilty if I sat home doing nothing, 1 day or 2 days out of 23, and the prize is the presidency and making America great again, right? And people say, oh, no, you should take a break. She takes 2-3 days off a week.
While you're watching this, please remember, if you haven't, click the subscribe button, because we are, before the election, for a super long time, the goal has been before the 2024 election, get to 1 million subscribers, sort of a vision board type of thing. And you all have made that possible, or at least we're really close to it. So let's charge across the big goal. Thank you so much for that.
I couldn't do that. It's too important.
Speaking of Kamala, I know you don't like her, but that's Kamala's greatest achievements.
That's very good. I love it. They're always working. Show it to him. That's good.
Watch this video. He's putting a Kamala sign outside.
I gotcha.
Hello there. Hi, I work for the Harris and Waltz campaign. Do you not support tampons in men's bathrooms?
Tampons are for women. Where are they going to stick it up their ass? Get the out of here.
It was fire. It was.
Will you put it up on my side?
You want to do it?
Yeah, put it up.
All right. Well, look at the rally.
No, do it now.
Yeah?
Do it. Get it up.
That's a new one. That's a new
Is that a new one? You do it now.
Yeah?
Do it. Get
Listen to that, how he talks to people. And then I'll address the tampons thing.
it up on my side.
You want to do it?
Yeah, put it up.
All right. Well, look at the rally.
No, do it now.
Yeah?
Do it. Get it up.
That's a new one. That's a new
Is that a new
one?
one? You couldn't act it as good as that.
No.
Okay, I'll play more. But there's those little moments. I know people would think you're fixating too much on. Do it now. Where you can tell he's on camera, but it sort of slips out what clearly he acts like behind the scenes. And it's so probably so miserable being around him. Notice though, as you watch more and more of this, how silent the people around him are for most of this. Occasionally they say something, but this is not a conversation. Trump's just talking and they're listening. That's it. It's really bizarre. But I think the do it now thing, sort of snapping at his employee like that, was also him trying to impress him. Look, I'm big and strong. Which I always think about when you compare sort of how Obama carries himself compared to Trump. And Trump does a lot of that. I'm beautiful. I'm more beautiful than any of the other former presidents. And if I were on the beach, my body would be sexy. And Arnold Palmer's penis is massive. And he beats his chest a lot about things because he wants people to perceive him some type of way and be impressed and find him as a guy's guy. Whereas Obama, even these influencers would have to admit, but they probably never would, he never has to say, I'm not cognitively impaired. Or, I'm a genius, as Trump has said about himself. A very stable genius. Or, I'd look sexy on the beach, nude or shirtless, whatever Trump said. Instead, he just carries himself with some dignity, and people find him to be a respectable man, right? But Trump has that more childish way of trying to impress other guys.
See, these are modern day stars.
Sleeping.
No call back.
Tell him that.
I'm with your favorite people, the Nelk Boys. They're having a good time at my expense. They're having a good time on my plane. We just landed. There's a little rougher landing. There's a little rougher landing than Dana would ask. So I'm here with your friends, the Nelk Boys, and they are the modern day Johnny Carson, right? I can't say Jimmy Kimmel and these losers.
No, not us.
You're not the Jimmy Kimmel.
No, we're good.
You know, they have no ratings. How much he hates me. Where did we land? I don't know. Where are we? No, we're in Vegas. I don't even know. This was a great
He doesn't know where he is.
rally.
Great.
Yeah, I had to put out a little extra because I had the Nelk Boys, the freaking Nelk Boys. I had everybody in Hollywood there. This was the craziest. You had a good time, fellas.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, do you want to say something?
What's up?
And then finally he gets a chance to talk to Dana White, as we all want to do. Oof. Okay, so here's what I want to say about this. Number one, when I was watching the more than what I was showing you there, but also what you saw, imagining this being how Trump is behind the scenes, where he's just talking and people will laugh. Yeah, that's funny. No, I get it. It's a joke. But they won't ever get a chance to ask him anything or say anything other than just how great your rally was great, Mr. D. Nah. Mr. T. And nah. You get the point. Trump, Mr. President, the president. You are the president of the United States. But there's no real human interactions going on. But a different point I want to make was another thing that came up on the Piers Morgan panel. Sorry, I'm referencing that a lot. A lot was experience with having it's been a while since I had a debate like that. So seeing how the MAGA people on that panel sort of engaged with the subjects was interesting. And now Piers is full MAGA. So 3 MAGA people dealing with. And one of the things that came up was Piers found it really interesting to point to sort of the likability that he perceives that Trump has. And come on, watch these videos. Can't you tell how likable Trump is? He's funny, charisma. And I think sometimes people a part of my movement get caught up arguing, no, he's not. He's bad charisma. I don't think that's the territory we need to enter into. Because imagine you watch this and you don't know anything about Trump and you see him, get me Diet Coke or whatever he was saying there. Get it now, do it now. And yeah, I'm in my private plane and I'm rich because I'm going to make America great again. And my hair is combed over really nicely. And look at my makeup. It looks awesome because I'm a guy's guy. Look at the makeup. And you don't really know about how Trump threatens democracy because, trust me, a bunch of the guys my age who I've talked to haven't heard a thing about the fake elector scheme. And you're just sort of coming to the Nelk Boys. You think they're entertaining. You kind of look up to them maybe. And then you see Trump in this light. I guess what I'm saying is, of course, the charisma that led to Trump cultivating a cult that I don't find myself super attracted to, that type of charisma that MAGA likes, but clearly some people really like him. We don't have to ignore sometimes, he says something, it's funny. To acknowledge being silly or even you perceiving someone as likable is not a substitute for character. It's not a substitute for the correct policy positions, for respect for our democracy. So however likable some commenter, and we can look at this, some commenter believes him to be, and there's actually not some super hype comments here now that I'm looking at this, but there's nothing. I genuinely like watching this side. There we go. Someone said, I genuinely like watching this side of Trump. That's just a person shooting the shits with the boys and not being a politician. Really cool video. Trump 2024 down there. I guess those people are just thinking, okay, well, maybe he's not as bad. But even if they feel that way, it cannot replace the important discussions about what Trump stands for and what he threatens and what he said and all of that. And so I think it's this just huge disservice from the Nelk Boys, I saw the Logan Paul interview, Rogan's doing an interview, we'll see how that goes, from the something else boys that I was seeing, the bussy, not the bussy boys, surely not the bussy, bus boys. What was it? Do you know? Can you remember? Bussin' boys. The bussin' boys, all the boys. Whatever podcast that has boys in it, they are really doing a disservice to themselves and to their viewers by not really taking the time to see if it's even appropriate to casualify Trump in this way with the content. To say, now this is Trump. This is a guy's guy. When what he stands for is bad for all of your guy viewers. Our democracy serves them too. So him deteriorating that is not good for them. His crazy terror proposals, not good for them. And that's what really gets under my skin about these influencers, because I think they're stumbling their way into really harmfully platforming him, when I'd also take him up on an offer to go on his plane and then sit there and say, now you're trapped, and I'm going to say a bunch of questions about termination of the Constitution. You said the government should come down hard and meet allies. How can you say that and also say that you stand for the Constitution? How did you believe it was constitutional to block the people's transfer of power or try to with the fake electoral scheme? How did you? That's how this time should be used. But of course, then they want to get the invite, because I can tell you I'm not getting the invite for sure. Let me know what you thought of Trump on the plane. Do it now. And the lack of meaningful engagement with the other guys in the comments. And you can support the show by clicking the join button below.